I told you this is going to be a short wedding, but this might take a minute. Friends, on behalf of Matt and Rachel, welcome to their celebration of marriage. And just before we get into the heart of the ceremony, really want to encourage you to view today, I believe, and I know Matt and Rachel believe this with all their heart, the way God views this. That this really is a celebration. That as Rachel comes down the aisle, having known Rachel since she was 12 years old, I'm getting as emotional as the groom. But as all the weddings I've done, I've never seen not a beautiful bride. And I was thinking about that this morning because I've known Rachel so long. I just knew how beautiful she is and how she would be as a bride. But I thought it's more than just physical beauty and the dress and the setting. Obviously this venue is fantastic. But also just the fact that when we come before the Lord, that this is a sacred time as well. That there's beauty because this is of God. And so as we go, I said, to celebrate this wedding today, know that there's a seriousness, there's a sacredness to this that is real. They're making a commitment, a pledge to be with each other until God pulls them apart. But at the same time, there's great joy. And I hope as we go through the wedding today that there's laughter as much as there's crying. I hope that this is a bigger celebration than anything else. And with that said, let me welcome us. Let us pray that God would be present and be with us as Matt and Rachel make their vows to each other this day. Dear friends, we are gathered here today in sight of God and these witnesses to join together Matt and Rachel in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted by God. Because marriage is a gift from God, it is not to be entered into lightly or irreverently, but discreetly, advisedly, and soberly in the fear of God. Into this holy and happy estate come Matt and Rachel today. Therefore, if anyone can show just cause why they may not lawfully be married, let them speak now or forever hold their peace. And now I ask, who gives this woman to be married to this man? Now, Matt, I'm going to ask you to share your pledge first, so I'll read the pledge that you've written, and then at the end of that, you will say whether you do or not. Matt, will you have Rachel to be your wedded wife, to live together in the covenant of faith, hope, and love, according to the intention of God for your lives together in Jesus Christ? Will you listen to her inmost thoughts, be considerate and tender in your care of her, and stand by her faithfully in sickness and in health, and choosing her above all others, accept full responsibility for her every necessity for as long as you both shall live? Will you?
I will.
And Rachel, I ask the same of you. Rachel, will you have Matt to be your wedded husband, to live together in the covenant of faith, hope, and love, according to the intention of God for your lives together in Jesus Christ? Will you listen to his inmost thoughts, be considerate and tender in your care of him, and stand by him faithfully in sickness and in health, and choosing him above all others, accept full responsibility for his every necessity for as long as you both shall live?
I will.
I'm going to ask you to remain standing as we sing our hymn, All Creatures of Our God and King.